Hello everyone, my name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today is a PayPal request for Flick Tack Flack Attack. Another Etrian Odyssey request. I've been getting a lot of Etrian. It's kind of popular. This is Etrian Odyssey 4 Battlefield Storm. That's an enticing name for a song. I've been doing a lot of Etrian Odyssey. It's always been really cool. Here's some super arranged stuff and all that, but apparently this is composed by Yuzo Koshiro, so let's get into it. This seems like it's gonna loop a couple times. It's 7 minutes. Battlefield Storm. Catchy. I also noticed this has a lot of views on it. So electric guitar palm muting. Dun, dun. That's cool that the string section is following the guitar. Dun, 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 dun. I'm getting the feeling this repeats a lot over and over. Unless it drastically changes. I feel like this is basically what you're gonna hear. So I heard a keyboard. Solo. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, the solo is really low, but it's still shreddy. Dun, 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 dun. Delay. Ooh. Oh, is this the full loop? Oh, I love that. I hope they continue the bass. Okay. Yeah, based on the length, I think that was the full loop. I do love the bass though. Very catchy. Almost sounds like a dance hit. Kind of disco-ish. If you took away the guitars. Yeah, that's neat. I still have yet to see any pictures of this game or footage or anything. It's always just whatever the thumbnail is to his videos. It looks like the characters are kind of more smaller, cartoony. Ba-bum. The disco part. Got another guitar solo coming up. I want to see if I can hear a little bit more this time. It's kind of buried in the mix, which is weird because the guitar solos are usually, you know, cranked and in the front. I do love the rhythm of the string though. It has a very tense feel. But it like super overpowers the solo. And now the bass part. Okay. Nice. So one thing I noticed as it was going on is that this Etrian Odyssey as a whole is a huge variety of actual genres, which is kind of cool because it's like they kind of have all these little bases covered. They have, and not even just genres, but types of songs. And for example, this one is like very repetitive, and they have even that covered. So now that I've experimented a little bit with RPGs, I kind of have an idea of like where this would play, and obviously it's called Battlefield Storm. To me, it sounds like definitely like just a constant, like regular battle. The storm part, it could be like a variance. But maybe the song is called Battlefield and then Storm is like a variant. So it kind of sounds like that, but in different places. Or it's just what it's called, Battlefield Storm. But to me, that sounds like something that you just always hear, like random encounters all the time, constantly. It has a very, because of the way it's written, where it's just kind of like this just driving beat over and over and over. It has that feel of like, okay, repetition, but how do we make repetition not sound boring? And that's where you like throw in guitar solos and all this other stuff. So that's what it sounded like to me, and that's kind of the vision I got. I didn't get a specific scenery or anything. I just got an action, what is actually happening here. And this is the first time I actually like try to pay attention to like the image. I usually don't look at the image. Sometimes I'll see it in my peripheral, but I was trying to see like what's going on here. And one thing I noticed is, well, again, like the characters look small, like kind of like cartoony. It looks serious though. I'm not saying it doesn't look cartoony in that sense. I'm just saying the art style. But what I thought of, this could be just because it's fresh in my memory, but is Etrian Odyssey the same kind of thing as Xenoblade Chronicles, where like it's known only within the community? So it's like a double niche, right? It's like, well, I don't even know if it's an RPG or JRPG. I'm guessing it is. But then even within that category, you have, you know, something else. Because I've never heard of this, and it seems like only that genre of players and fans know about this series. But it's still a big niche, though. I mean, this thing has 700,000 views on it. But that's just my question, is like, is this if you know type of thing, which is actually really cool, because I like feeling like I'm getting kind of like invited to this secret club, kind of like a treehouse, like, oh, only Etrian fans. Yeah, a lot of variety. Damn, there's a lot of variety. And that's what's even cooler about when I hear those super arranged tracks, because that's when they just go all out. And they really bring out everything. I feel like in this one, Yuzo Koshiro was, I think he created like a jam track that could have or could have not have been conceptualized as a battle theme. So a jam, all it is just, a repeating pattern over and over, so you can start processing ideas. You just have your drum beat, your chords or whatever, and then you just start thinking of just things to put on it, and you just leave it on for hours and hours. So I could see myself like writing something like this, and then just like leaving it on. And then after a while, I'm like, you know what, I could just probably use this as an actual track, and then just kind of add little flavors and doodads here and there. But yeah, it definitely has the repeating a lot thing. The only thing that really like changes the only like signifier that it changes is the bass drop, which is actually really cool because the bass is super crunchy. I kind of wish they did something with that, but I understand that it's just, part of it. And the other only thing I have to add is, it's not really a gripe or a complaint. It's just, I'm curious as to why sometimes guitar solos get buried so much. Like, it's there, but it's just, but then again, it doesn't really matter where it goes. It's just, I'm just curious as to why it happens. When I think of guitar solos, I think of bands that do it, and it's a forefront. It's like them showing their abilities, their skill, and what have you. And I'm just curious as to why that happens. Artistically, I'm just trying to see like why, because obviously they, took the time to record this part, practice it and do a couple takes. It sounds kind of improvised, but kind of not. It sounds like it's in phrases, and then just to be turned down like quite a bit, it's kind of disheartening. I don't know, but in a way, it kind of made room for the suspenseful chords, dun, 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 which actually were really cool. I kind of wish that alone was in more of the song. I think this song to me was like, I'd like to hear all these little other things shine individually to kind of make it a little more isolated, instead of just making this kind of like, to me, these kind of songs, no offense, but they sound kind of like very linear, like just a tunnel going down, because it's just, like I said, in my head, it's a battle song. So it's not really meant to go too crazy all over the place, but it'd be cool to hear like that bass section by itself, or those suspenseful chords by themselves, or the guitar solo, like, that kind of thing. But to me, it just kind of seemed like we were all just like taking a ride and going to our destination, and that's it. Cool though. It's just another page in the Etrian Odyssey book that is apparently very vast. There's a lot of these games. They're doing something right. People are buying them. People are talking about them. But yeah, let me know what the storm part refers to. Let me know if that's actually a variance of the song, or if that's just what it's called. If it's even a battle theme, let me know if this is just, because there's been times where I thought it was a battle theme and people were like, no, you're just walking around and, picking daisies or something. So, but I'm gonna, just by the sound of it, I'm safe assumption that that's a random encounter or something. Maybe not even, no, not a boss. I don't get boss vibes from that. But it's cool that there's so much variety, like just different, and by variety I mean genres. I've heard like jazzy stuff. I've heard it all so far in Etrian Odyssey. I think I've heard somewhere around 10, no, I think under 10 songs total from this whole series, not counting the super arranged ones. So it's pretty exciting, and to be honest, I never really paid attention, because I have a master doc list of all my requests in order. There's a lot of Etrian Odyssey in there, like a lot. I didn't think so. I thought it was only like 1 or 2 people requesting it. No, there's a lot. There's like 30. There's like 25 or 30 requests of Etrian Odyssey in there. Who knew? That's what I'm saying. Like, is it niche? Is it not niche? Am I the one who's... Obviously, I'm the one who's living under a rock for this whole channel. But it just makes me curious. I'm like, damn, you know, even though I was kind of out of the loop for all these games and songs, I still kind of kept up with, like, pop culture and games. I still read magazines and, you know, I was still around. But I never heard of Etrian Odyssey, so I don't know. Then again, I almost completely ignored, like, any RPG type game because it just wasn't my thing. Wasn't my thing. I was an ignorant child, so. And I've been missing out, apparently. Really cool. And I still like that Yuzo Koshiro is still active. I see that I follow him on Twitter, and he's always posting stuff. So that's really cool. Unrelated. I just thought I would throw that in there. Anyways, thank you, Flick, and also another shout out to Lord Daddy, who's been constantly requesting Etrian Odyssey. And there's still more to come, don't worry. But yeah, thanks, and thanks to you for watching. Thanks to everyone, and especially thanks to my Platinum Patreon supporters who make this possible. Let me get those up right now. Thanks to Kevin, Patrick, Shadow Maxim, Vanadel, Kalinin, Gardelane, Mushimari, and Fissy. Thanks again to you. And the Etrian Odyssey fans and people who've discovered these songs with me. It's always such a treat. But let me know about what this song takes place in. And yeah, whatever else you want to tell me about Etrian Odyssey 4 or the rest of them. Which is the best one? Which is the best song? Let me know. Until next time, dudes and dudettes, my name is Jesse in the auditorium. Peace.